Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am the man of so many names. It's not even funny. I forgot a couple. Should I go on now? No, we don't got time for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the microphone messiah. I am joined by Brian Tronic Chronic, the agent of chaos, Katie Scarlett, and
Hey,
the new and 16-time podcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, Mr. No Days Off on occasion, Brandon Tanguma. BT, it's Saturday. How you doing, baby?
Philip, I'm doing fantastic. We talked about it on the 300th episode of the Bulletcast. If you haven't, definitely go check it out. I kept going out on a limb, picking the people that they didn't want me to pick, but, you know, use my noggin. We got an AEW pay per view in a couple weeks. I don't think I've ever successfully defended an AEW pay per view, but there is a first time for everything.
There is an
About to be a
AEW pay per
16
view in a
time.
couple weeks, huh? Uh,
It doesn't feel like it, but there is one.
I things might change for the pay per view. I don't know. I don't know.
And that would be a pay per view, not a premium live event like what we just witnessed on the
Yes,
cock.
we cannot say that anymore. We are SeatGeek brand ambassadors. We play by the line. We can't do that. We cannot do that.
Well, this wasn't a Saudi Arabia, a blood money show, so we're doing this in the afternoon. So it's not Bulletcast after dark. It's Bulletcast in the afternoon. We used to record in the afternoon.
We
Don't do
did
that no more.
back in the
But
day before I got the employment.
before we started making, millions of dollars, shout out Titus O'Neil, who was on the intro video
Yes,
to
yes,
Crown Jewel.
yes. Crown Jewel. It has happened. Yet another Blood Money show. Uh, yeah. Brandon, take it away.
So
Before we get into it, I'm sorry. I want to shout out Oasis Pro last night in Vallejo in the V. We got hyphy. It got violent. We had to protect the kids, protect the children's. Real talk, juicy journey. Everybody involved. G, shout out to y'all, bro. We did the damn thing. We made history last night. We gonna keep it rolling. Next Oasis Pro, December 10th. Let's get it.
all right, let's jump into it. No pre-show matches to speak of. We did have Triple H and Stephanie make an appearance. Triple H had a hawk on his arm or something, so good for them. First match was big meaty men bumping meat as Brock Lesnar takes on Bobby Lashley. This one goes straight up 6 minutes, and this is what you would expect: just a fast-paced brawl. Bobby Lashley controlling most of the match, and we get the Shayna Baszler finish, the Owen Hart, Bret Hart finish with the Hurt Lock. Brock Lesnar runs up the corner turnbuckle and pins Lashley 1, 2, 3. Did not look great, but he got the win. Brock Lesnar beats Lashley, but Lashley attacks him after the fact, so he is left standing. Lashley protected, kept strong in this, but Brock gets the win. Katie, what did you think of this big meaty man bump and meat match?
I mean, it was definitely meaty men bumping each other. Um, it I was hoping Bobby would win, but they still made him look strong, so I'm grateful for that.
Mr. Tronic.
I enjoyed this match. And what I enjoyed more about it was that I feel like Bobby Lashley was the Brock Lesnar in this match. He very much dominated for the majority of the match and got ahead of himself, man. At the last moments, Brock Lesnar did what he had to do. He found that little window. He was able to walk away with the victory.
Well, there's only one more person left, Philip.
You gotta throw it to me,
Now I
man.
got to throw it
Phillip,
to you.
it's a Phillip's time.
It's my time, baby. It's my time, daddy. Look, Brock Lesnar. Of course he was gonna win. People really thought Bobby Lashley was gonna win. What is Brock Lesnar? What is Brock Lesnar? The greatest combat athlete of all time. Pat McAfee said it best. He is the alpha male of our species.
Shout
And
out.
look, he found a way to win. Honestly, it's Brock's a big boy. So all that weight laying on top of it, you're not going to be able to adjust right away. You saw if you were looking at the Bobby's feet and the way he was trying to pivot and move, he was about to pop the hips, pop the shoulder up to adjust, but it was too late. But he stayed looking strong afterwards. So, that we're gonna get a rubber match, possibly at WrestleMania. The Beast versus the Almighty. And I'm here for it. I like that.
Yeah, I thought this match was fantastic. And I think one thing that goes just super underappreciated is Brock Lesnar just in general. I mean, I really liked his selling in this. He's usually not like the quote unquote underdog in a match, but I thought he sold perfectly, selling the knee. Definitely looked like he was in peril. We even got the 3-arm down gimmick, which we usually never see. So that kind of showed that he was going to kick out at 3. But overall, I thought it was a really fun match. And I really just want to shout out Brock Lesnar because I thought he did a great job in this one. Moving on, we got the women's tag team championship match as Damage Control takes on the new champions of Alexa Bliss and Asuka. We had 2 women's matches. I think this was by far the most women we have had on a Saudi Arabia show. We had the leotards, but they did look pretty. They were all gimmicked up. So, we're not wearing scuba suits and t-shirts anymore. But we get not so new tag team champions with Damage Control retaining. Nikki Cross in the crowd, getting involved. And we flip and flop in the titles back and forth. Phillip, what did you think of the match? And once again, putting the titles back on Damage Control after Alexa and Asuka only had them for 5 days.
Shout out to the suits, some of the best suits in the history of the business. Look, man, we used to live in an era where titles changed a lot more frequently than this, so I'm not really too mad at it. It's not something that Triple H would normally do. So I guess, he's doing things differently. And hey, it is what it is. Asuka and Alexa, they had them for a nice little bit. Nikki Cross getting involved. So it looks like we're going to get a Nikki Bliss feud coming up, and I'm here for it. There's history there, but a shout out Damage Control, the Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai, getting the dub. Or Io Sky now. I'm sorry.
Yes, Io Sky, not Shirai, because copyright or something.
Yeah.
Katie, what did you think of this match?
I was mad again. I wanted Alexa and Asuka to have the titles a little longer, but good on Nikki Cross for coming in with the interference. I think that it makes their tag team look strong despite losing. It just kind of threw me for a sec.
Ryan.
So I think this match, a lot of people are going to be, upset over the fact that the titles keep hot potato in and going back and forth and things like that. But when you really just look at the situation, and there aren't many tag teams to really have someone just have a super long title reign. I mean, and as fans, we're either going to be mad at one thing or the other. We're going to be mad that the title keeps hot potatoing, or we're going to be mad that WWE keeps putting together random tag teams and not establishing them. And then we're going to be mad that the titles aren't being defended and the champions just had, they had a boring reign. So hot potatoing, especially when it, on premium live events and on TV, I like the idea of it. I'm actually surprised that Damage Control won, because I was thinking, maybe Alexa and Asuka will, keep the titles for a little bit, and maybe we'll see a title switch again in like a couple of weeks. But nope, only a couple days, a few days.
Grand total of 5 days. We did get a promo backstage before the match with Asuka and Alexa, and we got the Bray Wyatt upside down butterfly moth thing. And Alexa was a little spooked by that. So who knows if that leads to anything, or if it was just kind of signaling that Bray Wyatt showing up. But do you guys think there is going to be some sort of link between Alexa and Bray, or is that just kind of a way for them to say, hey, Bray's here, he's going to be around later? And I think the lights also did cut out when Alexa came into the match. Commentators didn't acknowledge it, but the crowd definitely noticed.
I mean, I certainly hope so. That was one of my favorite parts of the Fiend. So yeah.
I think they're trolling. I think that they know that people Obviously, there's the relation there. Like they know that Alexa was definitely part of Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, and they're very much aware that a lot of people didn't like that. I think it's to keep people guessing. Maybe and then I even seen some people talking about Nikki Cross even being a part of this whole Bray Wyatt thing, him going after Alexa. I don't know. I think it's all a work, brother.
Oh, Phillip, because
Really?
I have to always call on you.
Really, Jesus.
You take the initiative. Just jump in. Assert yourself.
We gotta wait and see. We just gotta wait and see, guys. We gotta be patient, man. Be patient.
All right, moving on. We get a steel cage match with Karrion Kross with Scarlett, shout out, taking on Drew McIntyre. This one goes 13 minutes, and Drew gets the win by escaping the cage. Scarlett got involved with the pepper spray or the mace. She locks the door, and then Drew climbs over the top while Karrion tries to get out the cage, but Scarlett can't open it. So, I mean, I don't like the whole escape the cage stipulation, just because if you're in a cage, I think you want to beat your opponent, especially as a babyface. I think it kind of works more as a heel tactic, but the match was, they kind of covered it on the commentary for like, oh, these are two big guys plotting and, beating the hell out of each other, which is kind of code word for this is a little slow and boring, but the escape finish I think sets up for a final match, whether it's at Survivor Series or on SmackDown. But Phillip, what did you think of this cage match?
I saw like the beginning of it, then I had to get pulled away to do something else. So from what I saw, it was cool,
Yeah, no one hurts, so I can ask for Brian. Anything special out of this match? I mean, it was just kind of there, and the finish wasn't any like a finale to the feud.
Definitely not a finale. I think that they go one more time. I would love to see them go one more time. Look, it's a lot of talk real quick. I just want to say it's a lot of talk about Karrion Kross and him not being a good wrestler and him being boring and Triple H not knowing what he's doing, trying to push Karrion Kross to being a threat. Now listen, if there's a guy that can make Karrion Kross just dangerous and look vicious as he is, it's Drew McIntyre. And I believe that this is only the beginning of what we're going to see Karrion Kross become on the main roster. Now, the match, I'm glad it ended that way. I actually wanted Karrion Kross to win because I felt like he needed to win, but I'm actually glad it ended this way because it means that Drew McIntyre was ahead and he thought, you know what? You lock me in here. Okay. I'll climb the cage. Right. And he outsmarted Scarlett and Kross looked pissed off as he should be. And so going forward, I think that Karrion Kross and Scarlett are going to think twice. I enjoyed this match. I know I'm the minority. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but Kross is amazing, and I see him being a future WWE champion. Maybe even a WWE / Bullet Cast Universal Heavyweight Champion like myself.
Well, if Kross gets cut, you never know. Maybe he will join the BC. And we ain't talking about the Bullet Club. But Katie, what did you think of this one?
I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. My niece joined me for watching the rest of the show at this point, so I got to teach her a little bit about wrestling. And it was a really good intro match for someone who hasn't actually watched wrestling before. That was exciting. In regards to Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross, I am a huge Karrion Kross fan, obviously, especially with Scarlett.
Shout out Scarlett.
Shout out Scarlett. Always shout out the Smoke Show. Whew. But yeah, I agree with Brian. It definitely held my attention. It made me want to see another match. I do think that Triple H is going to do good things with Karrion Kross. I liked the way it ended because it leaves it open for yet another match to really cement that like 3-match rivalry, and I'm looking forward to it.
You know what? Something's missing from Karrion Kross. I think he needs the helmet back. Vince had something going, man. I think he needs the helmet.
He needs the
back.
gladiator gimp mask back.
No, he doesn't have to be the gladiator one. The helmet. I think something like that needs to come back. He's missing that when he makes that entrance. Entrance is great. It's one of the best. But he needs that You know what I'm talking?
You either get the helmet or Scarlet.
Well, we can have both.
I mean, we can always have more Scarlet. I'm not mad at more Scarlet.
I love Scarlet. I've met her. She's a great guy. But I'm saying,
or girl.
The term
she's a good brother. She's a good brother.
The term "great guy" it's regardless of gender. Just means
if I had to critique Karrion Kross, I say that he needs to get rid of those wrist things he's got.
You're talking about the Wonder Woman bracelets?
It don't fit him.
His bracers? Those are called bracers, guys.
No, those are Wonder Woman bracelets, bro.
No. They're bracers. They're bracers.
They're Wonder Woman bracelets now.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm calling those.
I don't like them.
No, he needs to keep them. And then when he has the helmet, when he's getting all pumped up, he can be like,
And then why
don't we give him a full suit of Roman armor?
That would be. Well,
Make him a Spartan.
We don't want to do. Katie, you're doing too much.
I think also he needs to not slick the hair back because it's eventually going to get all messed up and messy. Just leave it like that. Leave it.
No, these are tips. When I go up to Stanford, I'm gonna talk to Trips and we'll game plan.
I have feelings.
I'm in Stanford.
We'll game plan. Brandon, keep it going.
We're going to keep it. How you doing? Keep it moving. With a 6-man tag team match, we get the OC taking on the Judgment Day. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett were on the call the entire time, and Michael Cole outright said the word Bullet Club on the show, which got a big pop from the internet. And then he just kept calling it the club after that. So I guess New Japan just allowed one Bullet Club for the PLE, and after that they had to pay extra for that. But Judgment Day does get the win. The commentators were going really hard on Dominic and kind of him and Rey Mysterio, and still keeping that storyline in the forefront. Rhea Ripley was at ringside. She gets involved. Finn Balor pins AJ Styles for the win. So it's a win for Finn. Shout out. Yeah, I think this one could have gone either way. It was a fine 6-man tag match. Probably could have seen this at your local house show. Katie, what did you think of this?
First off, I want to shout out Rhea Ripley because, oh my God, that hair. It was a moment.
The hair was amazing.
Oh my God.
And it was to pay respects for the dead Beth Phoenix. T's and P's.
T's and P's. I enjoyed this match a whole lot. I'm glad that Dom got his butt beat. Finn and Damian looked great. VOC looked great. AJ Styles was amazing. I like that Judgment Day got the win because it means we're going to get more feuding. And I want to see what the OC can pull out as their answer to their Rhea problem.
Brian.
I liked this match. To piggyback off what Katie just said, like I loved Rhea Ripley's hair. I thought it was perfect. The fact that she did it because of Beth Phoenix makes it even better. She looked great. Judgment Day looked great. I think this is, as far as like match wise, this is the best I think the Judgment Day looked together in a match. Finn Balor and AJ Styles are on another level. Finn Balor specifically because I feel like ever since Triple H took over, he's turned it up 10 times than he was before. So I'm really enjoying Finn Balor, and AJ Styles just looks like he's having a ball, especially because he's got his friends beside him now, and the band's back together, just like me, Katie, Phillip, and Brandon, and the Bullet Cast.
Ryan, you forgot to sing the Judgment Day song.
Huh? If you believe yours is the only way.
Love it. Love it every time. Love it every time. Listen, Rhea Ripley, shout out Rhea Ripley with the hair. As Tupac said, "God bless the dead." That shout out to Beth because she's no longer with us apparently. Look, this is great for the Judgment Day. Let's keep building them up, man. Dominic, he's having his rebellious phase that he was supposed to have when he was an adolescent. Now he's a young man in his early 20s. He's trying to live his life his way. He's tired of living in his father's shadow. But I'm seriously, guys, whenever Ray and Dominic have their match, the leading up to that match, I need Dominic to drop the "You're not my real dad" line. I need him to do it. I need that. I know he's got a new poppy now with Rhea and all this other stuff, but I'm gonna need him to be like, real talk on some real ish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're not doing no video, but
Brian's playing with his
what
wife's
Brian was
hair,
doing
yes.
over there.
It's honestly, that's a great look for you, my guy.
That's a good look.
Cindy.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out Cindy.
Join me with the long locks.
Yes.
Brian, bro, you might want to get twisted, bro. Real talk. Look at
I know I'm long. I'm pretty long.
Get twisted. Oh, Chris with the
I
twist.
need to comb it out before I get mad at it again. Because
Yes,
one time it got really nasty, and I went to the bar. That's another story. It's pretty long.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah,
In a little bit.
We got another big meaty men bump and meat match as Braun Strowman takes on Omos. This one wasn't as good as the first big meaty men bump and meat. Braun gets the win with the power slam at 7 minutes 20 seconds. I didn't see most of this match because I was out trying to put the top back on Jules. Shout out Jules. But Brian, what did you think of Omos and Braun? They didn't overstay their welcome, even though it was longer than Brock and Bobby.
yes. Shouts out to Omos for getting some proper ring gear. I thought he looked phenomenal walking down there with official ring gear and not just like some jacket and some jeans. He just looked out of place. So he looked legit. I thought, I never thought it's weird seeing Braun Strowman being matched up with somebody so much bigger than him. But Omos was out there. He was dominating. He was showing a little personality. He was talking trash. But like I said, Braun Strowman coming out victorious was the right call. And I think the way that it happened was pretty good too. I mean, it didn't really it wasn't as cheesy as people expected it to be, but it wasn't like if they wanted to do it again, I feel like they could turn it up a notch,
Yeah, I thought this match was fine. I think this is right where Omos needs to be, kind of like a mid-card spectacle match, or someone's big brother, or the big scary guy in a tag match.
Look, I know where Omos needs to be. I'm tired of saying this. He lost. Okay, look, God, we need Bromos. We need Bromos. Look, I saw somebody go to arcade.
Trying to make Bromos happen, Phillip.
No, Katie.
I might be hosting. I might be hosting the show, but I don't got Zoom powers to mute them. People, I'm sorry.
Listen. I saw somebody with an arcade bro shirt on last night. I said, "Hey, brother, let me pitch something to you. Do you like Omos?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like,
"No way."
I was like, brother.
Wait a minute, you found an Omos fan in the wild?
You muted me.
Yes, I did, and I'm gonna do it again because you're not a fan. Listen to me,
How
guys.
Dare you?
I am preaching right now. Okay.
Oh, my brother, testify. Amen.
All that. Listen, I said, brother. Oh my God, I'm dropping my mic because I'm so excited. I said, "Hey, do you like Omos?" He's like, "Yeah, he's cool." I'm like, "Hey, so what do you think about Riddle and Omos? What Bromos?" He was like, "Honestly, bro, I don't hate it." I'm like, that's all I need, bro. That's all I need. Triple H, Paul, listen to me. Bro,
I hate it.
Give me 3 months, Bromos, one of the most over tag teams in the history of the business.
I hate it.
Guaranteed.
Omos isn't playful. The reason
We don't know that.
Well, actually, like I've seen some videos. He seems like a pretty chill guy.
Like he's entertaining galore. We need to see it on TV.
he also needs more developmental training.
Look, he's a giant. It doesn't
He
matter.
still needs more training.
He might have Omos might have bought himself some more time with the way he looked tonight, but
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know if he got a long future.
bro,
in
listen,
WWE.
dude, guys, he's not Giant Gonzalez. Stop it. Omos is a true spectacle among. Honestly, he could be this generation's Andre the Giant. He could be this generation's
Absolutely
Andre.
not.
He's a more athletic Andre the
That
Giant.
is
I'll say this right now.
disrespectful
It's
to
not
Andre the
disrespectful.
Giant.
Andre, love him. He was a great big.
I mean, Phillip, have you seen some of the late 70s, early 80s stuff with Andre? I mean, he was pretty athletic.
Yeah.
Listen, Omos can do numbers. He can do Curry numbers, god damn it.
No.
Y'all get me all worked up.
No.
Y'all get me all worked up. I'm having
take off his bullet cast sweatshirt.
You know what?
know,
Bromos equals no moss.
That's not even a good
one. Well, Katie,
I,
you're not a big fan of Bro Moss, but what did you think of Braun Moss in this match?
No.
See, it can always get worse.
No.
I'm glad it was a short match. I'm glad that Braun got the win. Omos looked okay, but he could do better. Like I said earlier, he needs to go back into developmental and do more. I think that it would benefit him greatly and would extend his time in the WWE. I think he has potential, but he needs to put in the work.
Look, let's just get Bromos up and running, and we'll be good. Like I'm tired of you're gonna have to stop fighting me on this.
Listen, I will start a war if I have to.
Katie,
I will die on this hill.
Katie, you're gonna lose. Don't do that. You don't want to do that.
I will fight you.
She says she's gonna fight me.
You got two matches on deck, Phillip.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that match in a second. Believe me.
All right, then we got the men's tag team title match with the Usos defending against the Brawling Brutes, Rich Holland and Butch. This one goes 10 minutes, 45 seconds with the Usos winning with the Mega 1D to get the win. I was a little disappointed by this match. I thought maybe they were going to go a little extra, but I think they're holding some stuff back, probably going to run this back later. We did see on SmackDown they're teasing Usos versus New Day for the New Day to protect their title run record. So maybe they go to New Day and they go back to Brawling Brutes later, but a little disappointing for me, but still a good match, but not maybe as big as I thought it would be. Phillip, what did you think of this tag title match?
I mean, look, it's the Usos, bro. It was light work, bro. Like it's like that's what it is. Speaking of the Usos, I want to shout out their brother Boo Boo. He was on the grill last night at Oasis Pro. The pork sliders were to die for. But yep, Usos, we retained. It's nothing new, bro. They're gonna be the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. They gonna smash the New Day. It's inevitable.
Katie, what did you think?
I thought the Brawling Brutes were the twos and we the ones. Yeah. It was so good. It could have been better, but I enjoyed it and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Mr. Tronic.
So, the match was good. I did think that they were kind of holding back just a tad bit, and maybe it's because Jay's, his wrist. Michael Cole said his wrist might be broken or something like that. So they're waiting to get an MRI once they get on back to the old states. But obviously knew who was going to win. Obviously the Usos, but I still think they did a very good job of making us believe that the Brawling Brutes had a chance. And it's going to be really exciting Friday. Usos and the New Day. And I believe if they beat the New Day, they will be the longest reigning tag team champs, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow. They got to hit that 400 whatever day mark it is, but yeah.
Then we got the penultimate match with Bianca Belair defending her Raw Women's title in a last woman standing match against Bayley. This one goes 20 minutes, 20 seconds. Bayley wearing the white leotard didn't exactly mesh well with Bianca's makeup because she just got her makeup all over her. But nonetheless, they just brawl all over the place. They go up to the stage. Bailey trying to do her best WrestleMania 17 impression with the golf cart didn't exactly pan out well. She was going like 2 miles an hour. Bianca had to pretend like she couldn't get out of the way, and then at the last second, she did get out of the way. And we drive the golf cart back down the ramp, and Bianca traps Bailey under a ladder. And so not exactly a definitive KO win, but still a win nonetheless for the champ. And she retains. I thought an entertaining match. Cheeky finish. Maybe could have, put over Bianca a little stronger, but can't complain too much. Brian, what did you think of this one?
I thought it was good. Took it to the next level. I know I've been saying that a lot here as we record this, but I feel like a lot of these matches were built and booked to potentially, like, you could potentially take a lot of these and go even further with a lot of these feuds. I feel like Bianca did an incredible job of furthering her, I don't know, I guess her campaign to being the greatest, if not one of the greatest. We've been talking about the four horsewomen, for I don't know how long, saying that, and then really, other than the four horsewomen, there hasn't been any other women really that have really put their foot down and really made a statement to come take that crown. But I feel like Bianca Belair is doing an incredible job putting her status up there with the likes of the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. But Bailey is also doing an incredible job since her return. I know that she, a lot of people are like, oh, she needs to win. She doesn't need to keep losing. But the way that it happened, I'm it's not like she got pinned. It's not like she got brutally beat up or anything like that. So I'm okay with it. The spots were incredible. The equipment cart, the golf cart spot was great. It was good. It was decent. It was good. It was good.
Katie?
I completely agree. I thought that it was a great setup for another spot of a rivalry. I think that the spots were incredible. I loved the golf cart. I especially loved the box. It would have been even better if Bailey had sat on the box, because I mean, what else are you gonna do? Sit on the box? Then they count to 10. But they had to keep the match going. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, Bailey didn't get brutally beaten or tapped out or counted out or anything, or like she didn't get pinned. It was good. I liked it. Bianca's great.
She is great. Phillip, what did you think of this match?
Sorry, I was distracted.
Making money moves over there.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely not looking at like some thirst traps or something.
No,
no, of course not.
Would never do that here.
Phillip is respectful. He would never do such a thing.
Yes, of course, respectfully.
Yep.
Yeah, Bailey was like, she's gonna. I feel like she's gonna lose that momentum. Like she needs that.
What momentum? I feel like she's not exactly clicking.
Well, there's no moment. Like there's really no momentum. Like there's very little momentum. But like if she takes another loss and it's really all gone, she needs like that big win. Like honestly, she could have won it here. Or nah. Maybe not here.
I think at this point, if you are going to Charlotte, which I think that's what they're doing, you just keep it on Bianca. And you have that, mega match of Charlotte and Bianca. And then on SmackDown side, probably Becky and Ronda.
Honestly, but if you do Charlotte and Bianca, that doesn't need a championship. You tell the story of Charlotte, she's genetically superior. She's like this, she was like the OG kind of.
But then you put the title on it, it gives that actual umph.
Well,
put the title on Bailey, where she doesn't really, she's not like clicking on all cylinders, as you say. And then what? You're going to have a Bailey versus Alexa Bliss storyline or whatever that is going to be just there.
Well, I mean, they have history, they have the Bailey "This Is My Life" segment, which was terrible. They have Alexa beat Bailey in her hometown to win the world championship. They have that story. But back to Charlotte and Bianca, they can do they're both great athletes, and they're trying to outdo each other and all that other stuff. Have some pose offs, But this match was cool. The Bailey with the kendo stick, beating Bianca like Joe Jackson used to beat Michael. Yeah.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, Public Enemies posted that, not me. That was not me. Shout out to the Public
Who?
Enemy. They who shall not be named. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Yeah. Main event time.
No main event time because we did have a promo before that.
That's
We had
right.
Bray Wyatt showed up and he made his entrance. He cut a little bit of a promo, just kind of saying his story is not finished yet. He kind of apologized for the Fiend and for the mask, and he's not going to wear a mask anymore. And then we get old Uncle Howdy showing up and talking about wearing a mask and yada yada yada. Once again, way more questions than answers at this point. Katie, I know you're more of a, you're the big fan of Bray Wyatt and this kind of story going on right now. What did you think of this chapter and kind of putting together Howdy and Bray kind of fully in the same segment?
I'm intrigued. And honestly, I can say I have a lot more questions than answers right now. And I need to rewatch it because I had my sound turned down a little bit because of people talking. But no, I need to go back and revisit it. I need to go and revisit the other promos. Gotta figure things out. I should have more information on Wednesday when we record, hopefully.
Phillip, have you figured things out? What is going on with Bray? What are we seeing right now?
I still need a little bit more time, man. I'm not exactly sure.
Brian, we haven't really gotten your thoughts too much on the Bray Wyatt story. How'd you like it?
So I like the promos, and I know people are getting tired of the promos and they want something to happen, but this is Bray Wyatt, man. He told us this is him. This is, we're getting the real Bray Wyatt. I think he means that in some way. I think what he's doing right now is his way. It's how he wants to do it. And I think we'll get something. I think tonight was the beginning of, okay, we're going to get something soon. Even just the way that, he kind of just walked away after the video of Uncle Howdy was done playing on the screen. Because this is the first time that he's actually done that. Usually the lights just go out, they play the video, broadcast ends, right? This time he looked and then he turned away and just walked off. So look, man, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I know a lot of people think it's Bray Wyatt with the mask on. I think it's Bo. I believe it is Bo with the mask on. If you guys listen to Bo Dallas, if you go back to when him and Curtis Axel they were mocking Bray and Matt Hardy when they were in a tag team together, you can hear the similarities. Like, he knows how to sound just like Bray. I mean, they're brothers, right? He knows how to sound like Bray with a little bit of filter and effects, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look, it's got to be Bo, and I'm gonna sit and wait patiently to whenever WWE, Triple H, and Bray Wyatt want to reveal and do whatever, show us.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, they're brothers. They're happy and they're singing and they're not those are brothers. Not those. But you got it. You got it, right?
I got it.
Hey,
Yes,
if you know, you know.
Yes.
Now it's main event. I think I got the main event.
No, we got Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE.
I got this one. Roman Reigns successfully defended the WWE undisputed heavyweight championship of the world against Logan Paul. Roman did exactly what he said he was going to do. He smashed him in Saudi Arabia. Now, a lot of stuff happened in this. By the way, I will say this. Logan Paul, better Buckshot Lariat than Hangman Page. I'll say it right now. I will say this right now. That thing was a thing of beauty. Logan Paul did his thing in this one, boy. The frog splash with his camera. I saw the actual footage from his camera. I thought that was great. Jake Paul got involved. The Usos got involved. Solo Sikoa came down at that thing. People were cheering for Sami Zayn, even though he wasn't even allowed in the place at all. That's power right there, bruh. This was great. Paul Heyman selling on the outside was great. This was fantastic. I'm gonna give it to Logan Paul, bro. I'm gonna clap it up for homie. He did his thing tonight. He did his thing tonight. I'm respect. He's earned my respect. You know, when people come into this world, I'm always skeptical about it. Logan Paul, the other two matches, I'm like, oh, cool for sure. After this, after being in there with the best in the world, hey, I'm clapping it up for little homie right there. He did his thing. But of course, Roman Reigns, and still the heavyweight champion of the world, the greatest world championship run of the modern era. Yes. Oh, yes. Love it.
Logan Paul was incredible. I think, I'm seeing a lot of people on social media, give him his flowers and give him his credit. This is the same people who, when they announced this match, said that this was a terrible idea and this is horrible. Why? He's only had 2 matches, right? And while all that is true, he's only had 2 matches, and it was a little weird how but listen, look, I think that Roman, you don't want him to blow through the entire locker room, right? Before people can actually get a chance to. I mean, if he just took out Cross and Kevin Owens and Sammy and Seth Rollins and all these people, Bobby Lashley, all these people who we wanted to have a chance at the title, if he just did that, then when he loses the title, how do they look? How do they look? They look weak. We don't want to just see him blow through everyone. So Logan Paul was perfect. Hockey, someone who came in and had a chip on his shoulder. He won his first 2 matches, set the whole wrestling world on fire with his performance at SummerSlam. He delivered. He wasn't scared of the bloodline. He got his own bloodline with him. And I think another important piece here is that he can hang, right? Like, he's athletic. He's not a small guy, He can hang. It's like DDG converting from being a YouTuber to being a rapper, right? So now Logan Paul is going from being a YouTuber to a WWE superstar in the main event with the biggest in the game. Got to give him his respect.
Katie.
Just like DDG got his respect.
Ultimately, my favorite match of the night. I want to set the record straight. I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but he definitely does earn my respect. I definitely respect him as a wrestler. This was his 3rd match, and it was against our main eventer, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, someone who I very, very much adore. And he held his own. That buckshot lariat was incredible. His spot where he, did his flip jump up, and then just everything was really well done, and he definitely gave Roman a run for his money. Now, I will say I give mad props to the head of the table because he sold everything so well. He sold Logan. He made him look like a superstar. And that is one of the paramount reasons why Roman Reigns is the best. I'm so glad that he retained, because I'm pretty sure we would have had riots if Logan had won. But it was a very entertaining match. Each man held their own. Roman was super emotional going up the ramp at the end. I'm excited to see where this goes next. I also have a post on my Twitter. Help me figure out which Oos shirt I'm gonna get. Because I'm either gonna get honorary Oos, or I'm gonna get the tribal chief as my daddy.
Yeah.
The tribal chief is your daddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, mine too.
I thought Daddy Ass was your daddy.
No. Oh,
Come
no.
on, through the screen, Brian. Come on, scissor me through the screen. Come on. Ah! There we go.
Insane. Oh,
Brandon.
I did want to mention one thing. Jake Paul's punches, if he's a professional boxer,
So
what was that?
Well,
The first one-
there's a difference between a real punch and a fake punch, and obviously
Okay,
his fake punch
his
does not look
fake
good.
punch was awful.
Yeah, I'm sure they taught him how to do that like that day. Look,
Yeah.
the first one was cool. The second one, I was like,
Nah, they were both bad. They were honestly both bad. Like you've already got experience, man. And you've got a brother who's learning to do pro wrestling. I'm pretty sure that he's working moves with you. Come on now. Do better.
I think that just shows how good Logan Paul is, because obviously it's not just a God-given thing that a Paul can jump in there and be good at wrestling. But I very much enjoyed this match. I'm with Katie. I thought this was the best match of the show. The just with Logan and Roman in there, I thought was great. I could have done without the chicanery on the outside with the Usos and Solo and Jake. But I mean, we kind of knew that was coming. But everything just kind of in the ring with Logan and Roman, I thought was great. The crowd was interesting. Kind of hard to get a gauge on how they actually felt, just because, Logan, Roman, kind of similar sounding names. I think they were more on Logan Paul's side, but they definitely liked Roman. It was like a 50-50, 60-40 type split. But Logan Paul was definitely getting a much more favorable reaction in Saudi Arabia than he's been on the regular WWE loop. But yeah, I mean, I was one of those that kind of rolled my eyes at Logan being in the match, but it has nothing to do with his ability. I mean, as he's shown, I think Wade Barrett put it perfectly. Like, he's probably the best 3-match wrestler there's ever been. And, it's obviously special circumstances, but he showed that his athletic ability and his, dedication, it shows. If he were to put more time in and he wants to wrestle more, he could definitely, be something with wrestling.
You know why Logan really lost? He was too impulsive. That's
Ha ha ha.
why I'm here. I'm punny. I know. I'm punny.
Oh man,
I used to be the pun king back in the day. That's one of the names I left off the list. That's gonna do it for us. Crown Jewel, another Blood Money's in the books. We give grades out here. Katie, what is your grade for Crown Jewel 2022?
I'd give it a B.
Okay. A B for Bloodline. I like that.
Yeah, B for Bloodline. Roman definitely held it together, made it a great show, but
yes, he did.
there were some matches I was just like,
Brandon Tanguma.
Well, I'll go for B for Blood Money. I like the first match. I like the last match. Everything else in between was fine. I thought the last woman standing match had its moments, but I think it definitely the main event did kind of boost it up for me from going from like a C show to a good show, a decent show.
Brian Tronic.
I'm gonna say B plus.
B
I thought
plus
it was
player?
a great. Yes, I thought it was a great show.
Like Triple H?
No, like
Yes.
Brian Danielson.
Listen, I thought it was a great show, and I thought this was probably the best Saudi show that they've ever had.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do think. I thought the last one they did was the best one, but now I think this one was the best one.
I'm gonna have to rewatch both and really like.
I feel like the last two featured a lot more storyline driven matches.
Yeah, because I feel like the last two, like, because normally the Blood Money shows we're doing this just specifically for Blood Money, and then we're gonna act like it really didn't happen.
Mhm.
Now with the last two ones, it's like this is just a progression in the story. We're gonna talk about it even like a couple months from now. Like, well, don't forget this happened a couple months ago at Crown Jewel. Like stuff like that, which is good. That's excellent. That's the way you want to do these things.
Mhm.
Crown Jewel. I don't know. I'll give it a B for now, but like I'll have to like rewatch it and really see what's up. This has been good. This has been fun, but time for some podcast title news.
What do you mean? What about what do you need to say about my title?
I hope you know you defended that championship in our match against me. I hope you know that.
Well, I mean, that's the easiest title defense
Oh,
I'm ever
really?
gonna have, so it doesn't matter.
Really? Bro, let me tell you something, bro.
This is gonna be like back in the day when I was doing the NXT recaps and we were doing NXT takeovers. It was a lock that I was winning that takeover.
It's a lock.
It's
a lock.
Bet the house on it. Bet the
you're gonna
house.
bet the house on it. You're gonna, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna beat your ass, bro.
And then I'm gonna beat your ass.
Katie, stop. Let's stop yourself. It's not even a question, bro. I'm gonna beat that ass. We're gonna have the cameraman there. They gonna record this, and when you're unconscious, I'm gonna hold your head up. I'm gonna move your mouth. And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, Dom. I couldn't do it for you. Then I'm going to leave your unconscious ass on the mat. And I'm going to go home. I'm going to come back to my apartment, pop open a Modelo, because it's always Modelo time with me.
What?
And I'm going to chill in my fortress of solitude and rejoice with my newly won Bulletcast Podcast Championship. Yes, sir. That's the only way to do it. Thank you all so much. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone messiah. We out this piece, boy.